Right, good morning everyone. Are you enjoying the service?
Yeah.
You haven't been to a pantomime yet, you can do better than that. Are you enjoying the service?
Yeah.
Much better. Isn't it great seeing the children having such a fun time? I loved the Christmas nativity, and as a nana, I love seeing the children all dressed up. My little grandson was one of the rather reluctant sheep in there, and my other grandson was the cow, and I have a granddaughter who is a sheep as well. She was very good at it. The littlest one did not want to do any baaing at the time, but the week after never stopped. It was constant bah, and you think, why couldn't you have done that at the time? Anyway, never mind. Are you all looking forward to Christmas?
Yeah.
Well, that was a bit pathetic. Are you all looking forward to Christmas?
Yeah.
Much better. What do you want for Christmas? Anybody got any idea what they want? What do you want, Oliver? Do you? Do you think you might get one? You hope so. Okay. What do you want? A Stitch toy. And what do you want? Earmuffs, did you say? Really? What sort? Any particular colour? Black. Okay, fair enough. Why not? I hope Santa's listening. Well, I thought while we're thinking about presents, we could have a bit of fun by playing that timeless classic, Pass the Parcel. Who's up for a bit of fun this morning, yeah? Now, I have 3 parcels here, one for each set of seats. And I want you to pass the parcel up and down each, and adults, behave yourselves. You are here to set a very good example to the children. So no rugby tackling anybody. We pass it nicely. No hanging on to it just in case the music stops. Okay, we are going to play by the rules. You will enjoy it. And you're here to set a good example. Okay, so I'll come down here and hopefully not without falling down the steps. And we have got one for this side. Oliver, could you take this one? Don't open anything yet, though. Okay, I'm watching you. And we've got one here. Right, Sean, over to you. Take it away. Pass them around. Oh, is this the layer? Yeah, have we all got a present? Okay, if you've got a present, just raise your hand. Okay, so what did we have over here? Shout it out. What colour are they? Gold, thank you. What have we got here? Yes, it does stink. It's called frankincense. And what have we got over here? Myrrh. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Did you see what I've done here? Yeah? Any idea why I've done gold, frankincense, and myrrh? Why? Right, these were the 3 gifts that were brought to Jesus by the wise men. And we can read about it in the Bible. Now, they'd seen a star and they'd been following the star. So we'll just read about it in here. It's just a couple of verses. The wise men went their way, and the star they had seen in the east guided them to Bethlehem. It went ahead of them and stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were filled with joy. They entered the house and saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasure chests and gave him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Now, I'm really sorry. My 3 gifts, were rather poor imitations of the real gold, frankincense, and myrrh. You can see what they probably look like here. Now, my gold, I really couldn't afford proper gold. Terribly sorry. Gold coins it'll have to be. Now, when I was little, many years ago, one of my favourite carols was "We Three Kings of Orient Are." Does anybody else like that one? But do you know what? If you were paying attention this morning and in our Bible reading, you'd have noticed some key things. One, they weren't kings, were they? They were wise men that came to Jesus. And I have to say, it doesn't actually say how many wise men there were. We keep saying that there were 3, but it doesn't tell us how many wise men there were. There could have been 2, there could have been 4. There could have been 10. We just think that it's 3 because there was 3 gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But we don't really know. And did you also notice that the Bible reading talks about a young child rather than a baby? And they were in a house, not a stable. Now, that probably means that the wise men didn't come the minute Jesus was born. They came a little bit later. Probably he could have been even starting to toddle. So he would have been a little bit older. But we always assume it's with the baby in the stable. But actually, that's not the case. So that's some things that you now know about the wise men. Now, I don't know about you, but I strongly suspect that most toddlers would probably have preferred something they could play with. Don't you think so? The ancient equivalent of a Brio train set, or a cuddly toy, or a remote control car. But instead, the wise men bought Jesus 3 very different things: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Now, these were very, very traditional gifts at the time, and they were always given to royalty or someone who was very, very important. But they were very, very expensive. Now, gold's always been considered precious, hasn't it? But back then, the fragrant gum resins that were used to make frankincense and myrrh actually had to be extracted from trees in South Arabia and Ethiopia, prepared and then shipped abroad. So they were really expensive. And if we just assumed that the wise men gave a pound of gold, a pound of frankincense, and a pound of myrrh, sorry, I'm talking old money, 2.2 kilograms. If you totaled the cost up, it's quite probable that it would have been the equivalent in today's money of spending £45,000 on the gifts. And he wouldn't have been even able to play with them. Now, most Palestinian Jews at that time probably couldn't have even begun to afford giving a baby. I don't think anyone could afford it now, could they? And some people have even suggested that because Jesus' family was so poor, later in life they sold some of these gifts so that they could live, they could eat. But do you know why the wise men actually brought these gifts, as well as the fact that it was royalty? Because in Jesus' case, they symbolized something else as well. Gold for a king, because he was the Son of God, the King of Kings. Frankincense was used in worship, symbolizing that he should be worshipped as the great king. And myrrh, well, that was used in embalming and was used to symbolize his humanity and the fact that eventually he was going to die on a cross for us. Now, I expect most toddlers would have been pretty disappointed with those gifts, wouldn't they? When we went on the Polar Express at the Tanfield Railway recently, my young grandsons came away with some trains that Santa had given them. If they'd have been given that, they would not have been impressed, and we would have probably had the mother of all tantrums. With the exception of the gold coins this morning, I dare say you guys are pretty like, oh, what's this that I've got in the parcel? You were probably thinking even a pair of socks, that good old traditional Christmas standby would have been better than this, wouldn't it? Or maybe a bar of chocolate, dairy milk, or just to be a little bit controversial, tickets for the Newcastle game this afternoon. I'm sure that we have all received presents that we haven't really wanted for Christmas, haven't we? Or we've opened the present and thought, well, what do I do with this? Don't even know what it is. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever got presents you don't like? Or you didn't know what to do with? Well, this morning, I want you to think about the greatest gift that has ever been given, the gift of Jesus. But you might be thinking, I'm not sure I want this gift. I'm not sure that I like the idea of this gift. I'm not sure what to do with this gift. This gift might be okay for somebody else, but not for me. It's not for me. But do you know what? This gift can make you happier than you have ever been. This gift gives you something that money can't buy, something that Santa can't leave in your stocking. No matter how old or how young you are, it gives us peace in our hearts. And in addition, this gift comforts us when we're going through difficult times, because it means we're not alone. This gift means we can be right with God even when we mess up. And let's be honest, we all mess up sometimes, don't we? I mess up all the time. I messed up yesterday and then I worried about it endlessly. And all I had to do was just tell God about it. This gift is so amazing and so special, we cannot fully describe it. It even says that in the Bible. It says, "Thanks be to God for this indescribable gift." It's so amazing, it's indescribable. So I've got a question for you. What are you going to do with this gift this Christmas? Somebody once said to me, "Nothing changes if nothing changes." Nothing changes if nothing changes. Are you going to thank God for this amazing gift of Jesus and open the door of your heart and let him in? Or are you going to spend another year trying to do things your way, on your terms, and miss out on the joy and peace that accepting this special gift gives? Nothing changes if nothing changes. You know what? Christmas is a really good time to think about the year ahead and making some changes in your life. So as you go away today and enjoy seeing Santa downstairs and enjoying all the fun things that happen at Christmas, I want you just to take just a few minutes out to think about what I've said. Are you going to thank God for the gift of Jesus? Now, we're going to close now, and the band are going to come back up, I think. But I want to read this verse from Romans. It's a book in the Bible, and I want to read it as a prayer over you today. So close your eyes, and we'll say this together. Romans 15, verse 13 says this: "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." Amen. I really hope that this year, no matter how old are you, whether you're this high, or how old you are, you accept the gift of Jesus this Christmas. Happy Christmas, everyone, and may God bless each and every one of you.